CHAMPS is presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare. State Champs is also working in partnership with the Indiana High School Athletic Association. State Champs Nation, it is time for another installment of the original high school sports show, State Champs. This fine program is presented by Lawrence Technological University. Now, if you take your career possibilities really seriously, if you're a student athlete getting a chance to live the dream of playing competitive college athletics, hey, maybe you're looking for an incredible university experience with small class sizes and an incredibly large, well-connected network of alumni all over the Great Lakes states, consider Lawrence Tech. Your journey begins at ltu.edu. My name is Lauren Plant. Welcome.
This is our second season here on Fox Sports Midwest and Fox Sports Indiana. We are grateful for our partners like the IHSAA and the ISC Sports Network, and we have a lot of really great content on this week's show. Our main event, Marion vs. Lawrence North on the football field. Enough said.
That's it. We've also got a generous portion of highlights from other sports besides football. That is the mission here at State Champs. In fact, we're going in focus on cross country this week. Stay tuned.
So without further ado, on with the show.
All right, let's start things off on the gridiron. The Ben Davis Giants hosting the Orioles from Avon. Let's pick this game up in the second quarter. Avon up 3-0. Henry Hessen throws it up. Carmelo Mitchell comes down with it. 44 yards, putting the Orioles up 10-zip. Ben Davis now lining up for a field goal try. Snap is muffed. Avon's Joseph Sargent scoops it up. He is going to go 75 yards for the score. Avon a big 23-3. Second half action now. Orioles driving before Hessen finds his wideout. Cohen Merle, 5-yard pitch and catch. Lead increased to 31-3. On to the fourth quarter. Giants showing some life. Trent Gibson dropping back. He's going to find Adrian Reese II. That's a 16-yard score. It's a 34-10 game, but too much Avon on this night. Henry Hessen gets his fourth passing touchdown in the evening, this time teaming up with Jake Lapeer. 39-yard score. Avon goes on to beat Ben Davis 41-17.
I'm Chuck Pellerito, and let's head over to Columbus, where we had a game that had city bragging rights on the line. The Olympians of Columbus East hosted the Bulldogs of Columbus North. First quarter, and the Olympians down 7 before Cole Gilly hooks up with Lance Gree for a 24-yard score. Second quarter now, and the Olympians' Mark McDonald takes this one up the middle, cuts to the sideline for the 69-yard rushing score. But in the fourth, Blake Huffman would put this one out of reach as he fights his way 14 yards, and the Bulldogs get their fourth straight victory over the Olympians, 42-31.
Let's give Jesse a big standing ovation.
I'm Glenn Marini from the Fort Wayne area. Cincinnati Bengals safety Jesse Bates back in town to watch his alma mater. The Snyder Panthers host the Carroll Chargers. We pick it up in the third quarter. Jeff Becker of Carroll, a sophomore, to Leighton Mitchell. It's a touchdown, and this game is knotted at 14 as we head to the fourth. The Panthers of Snyder recover. John Barnes Jr. to his tight end Jermaine Wells. Barnes' third TD pass of the game. Extra point good, 21-14 Snyder. Less than 4 minutes to play. Becker to who else but Leighton Mitchell. It's 21-20, and they need the extra point to tie it up. But it comes down to this. Reese Thomas of Snyder getting a hand to block the PAT, and Snyder runs out the clock as the Panthers win it 21-20. Up in Kendallville, East Noble ranked 12th in the state's 4A poll. The Knights hosting 5A number 7 Mishawaka. East Noble up 21-14 at the half. Third quarter, East Noble with a field goal attempt, but it's blocked by Mishawaka. Not what Luke Amstutz, the head coach of East Noble, wanted to see. Mishawaka goes to the ground and pound. Donovan Snyder with the short touchdown, 2-point conversion, good. It's 22-21 Mishawaka. Midway through the fourth quarter, East Noble driving. Bailey Parker to Hayden Jones, both of them seniors, as they pick up the big first down, and it's a combo so nice they tried it twice. Parker to Jones. This time it's a touchdown. East Noble takes the lead there and goes on to win 34-29.
I'm Kevin Trzynski, and let's go inside the gymnasium at Brebeuf Jesuit Prep as the Braves hosted the Raiders from Cardinal Ritter. Let's get to it. The serve by the Raiders has this one going back and forth on the great volley. That is until senior Dava Poitras stands tall in front of the net, getting the point for Brebeuf. But not to be outdone just yet. The Raiders trying to get things going their way. Junior Alexis Priestlaw with the soft touch in front, Cardinal Ritter inching back in the first set. Brebeuf looking to take the first set here. Sophomore Maddie Siegel with the mustard shot. No chance for Ritter as Brebeuf will take the first set 25-16. The Braves looking strong throughout the game. Junior Sophie Weber with the serve, and it's Poitras again in front, but this time with the soft touch. Brebeuf takes the second set 25-18. It was all Brebeuf in this one. The bump to junior Greer Frazier, and her spike finds the hardwood as Brebeuf Jesuit sweeps Cardinal Ritter in 3 straight sets.
Hey guys, come join the State Champs family today. We are looking for dedicated, hardworking sports enthusiasts to join our reporting staff. We pay very competitively and reward loyalty. Again, you guys can skip the benches and come join the high school teams on the field. All you have to do is apply at statechampsnetwork.com.
I've always been really good at math and science, and I knew I wanted to work in healthcare, but not as a doctor. So I chose Lawrence Tech's biomedical engineering program. I've pushed myself to take internships, like this one, at a hospital in an orthopedic research lab. Thanks to Lawrence Tech's unique, hands-on style of education, I'm graduating with a published research paper and a job. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Since the dawn of man, storytelling has been the most effective and engaging means of communication. Whether gathered around the warm glow of a fireplace or the family television set, a compelling story has always moved people to action. At Yellow Flag Productions, the Emmy-winning storytellers behind our television programs are now helping clients create content that emphasizes their people and passions. Let us tell your story and share it with the world.
This is Alan True from 24/7 Sports with this week's State Champs Recruit Report. A senior in the state of Indiana that recently picked up a new offer is Elkhart Central's Jono Decker, 6'5", 250-pound two-way player who could play offensive tackle or defensive line in college. He was offered by Indiana State, and they now join Valparaiso, his other FCS offer. New Palestine fullback Charlie Spiegel is one of the state's most productive players. He rushed for 3,356 yards and 68 touchdowns last season and already holds offers from Indiana State, Army, and Dayton, but he recently picked up an SEC opportunity when the Tennessee Volunteers offered him a preferred walk-on spot. And finally, one of the more recent commitments in the state of Indiana was Brownsburg quarterback Ben Easters, who's only a junior, but decided to end his process and make a verbal commitment to the Kansas Jayhawks. Easters had an offer from Bowling Green as well, but said he had a very good visit to Lawrence, which had him wanting to be a Jayhawk at the next level. Easters had a great sophomore season for Brownsburg, passing for 1,881 yards and 21 touchdowns, and also holds 3.8 GPA in the classroom to boot. For this week's State Champs Recruit Report, I'm Alan True.
I'm Chuck Pellerito, and we head back to football highlights as the Delta Eagles hosted the Eastbrook Panthers. Opening kickoff, Delta's Cameron Levers catches this one on his own 5, fights through a sea of Panthers, and finds pay dirt 95 yards later. Eagles up 7. Second quarter action and the Eagles up 14. They're not close to finish yet as Brady Hunt links up with Cameron Levers. 30-yard touchdown pass. Eagles up 21-0. Panthers are showing fight though. Dylan Bragg puts them on the board with a 1-yard rush. Eastbrook trails 21-7. Brady Hunt looking for more. He gets behind the hogs of his O-line, and they clear a path for the 2-yard touchdown. Delta up 27-7. Eagles making a statement here. Brady Hunt drops back, finds Cameron Levers again for their second connection on the night, this time a 7-yard score, as Delta would go on to win 44-7.
I'm Jenna Skalski, and we head to Noblesville for this girls' soccer matchup as the Millers took on the Red Devils from West Lafayette. We jump to the second half. The Millers had the 2-0 lead, looking to add another one to the tally. The senior defender Jensen Summers with the nice strike off her boot, and into the net it goes. Noblesville leads 3-0. The Millers continue to threaten West Lafayette. Jenna Chatterton creating some space. She gets the ball back and she will slip this one in short side to give Noblesville the 4-goal lead. Noblesville looks to be in mid-season form, and it's only the first game of the year. Check out freshman Ava Bramblett with the power shot. Keeper got a piece, post and in. Huge 5-0 lead for the Millers midway through the second. It was all Millers in this one. Now up 6, junior Abby Baker's shot ricochets on the inside post. Junior forward Riley Malloy is there to seal the deal. She buries this one as Noblesville will get the shutout over West Lafayette. 7-0 the final.
What's up, Hoosiers? Football season is finally upon us, which means that our State Champs Indiana Extra Point podcast is back up and running. Hang out with Bob Stambazzi and Greg Rakestraw as they cover everything in Indiana football. They'll be going live every Wednesday. We'll be posting it on our Facebook, our YouTube, Instagram pages. So guys, follow us all at State Champs Indiana.
I chose Lawrence Tech for the architecture program and volleyball team. Architecture is a great fit for me because I love math and design. Now I combine them with technology to create beautiful structures. At Lawrence Tech, I didn't have to wait until my 3rd year to start designing. Our hands-on education begins right from day one. And I'm really excited about LTU's Design Center in Detroit. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
I'm on the Blue Devil football team, and that's a great place to be, because other colleges wouldn't let me be both a football player and a nursing student. And just because I'm a dog on the field doesn't mean I can't take care of people. And man, do I love people. The small class size at LTU give me awesome access to my nursing professors. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Welcome back to State Champs. Time for us to go in focus. This week we focus on cross country at Monroe Central High School. This story is a perfect example of showing how high school sports and community merge to do good, while at the same time honoring the memory of those who are no longer with us.
The Parker City community certainly honors tradition. Over the past 8 years, the high school expanded the Monroe Central Meister Family Memorial Run from only 12 teams to now a staggering 64. Over 500 runners attended the Invitational and competed in 4 races. The cross-country head coach Ron Braun goes into detail about the family that inspired this event.
The Meister family, they went through a lot. They lost Brian my junior year, and then 10 years later, they lost their older son, Kyle. He had an aneurysm. And then Ann 10 years later, down the road, she lost Dick, and they were on vacation, and he had an aneurysm. So Ann was from Parker, Farmland. They live right downtown Parker City, and everybody knows the Meister.
As a former Monroe Central athlete, the now athletic trainer understands how important this event is to the community.
As far as what it means to the school, I mean, it brings people out here. It makes them see the grounds, and makes them see the cross-country course, and just kind of, it's just a great event for the community, honestly. It just brings kind of everybody together, so it's been great to see. Just as far as this invitational, it's kind of, I mean, his classmate was Brian Meister, which this originally started as, just getting his name out there, and then once Brian's mother passed away, we made it the Meister family, so it's just kind of keeping that name alive. And then as far as the school, I mean, he started Community Day, which will be this evening, and just kind of bringing everybody together. That's kind of Ron's whole deal. I mean, he just wants to make sure everybody's connected and everybody's happy.
The event honors students with bright minds like Brian who attend to further their education, as well as those who decide to serve our country.
We started a thing that say, hey, if you start with us and you finish with us in cross country in high school, we will give you a $500 scholarship to further your education, or if you go into the military. And it's been exciting. It's boomed, and I've had tons of people behind me supporting it. It's just our sponsorship, our parents, and just the community alone.
For In Focus, I'm Jenna Skelski.
I'm Grant Pugh reporting from the southwest central of the state. How about the Lenton Miners and Sullivan Golden Arrows doing battle? Second half, Lenton up 21-0. It's Trey Goodman connecting with Clayton Hauser for this great catch. He is pushed out of bounds, but the drive stalls. Then it's Tristan Drake hooking up with Kyle Vernelson for a big completion. That's a first down and then some momentum. That sets up Drake to Jackson Shake for an 8-yard touchdown pass. Sullivan gets on the board. It's 21-6 Miners. Lenton answers the bell right back. Cash Howard right back up the middle for the 12-yard touchdown scamper. It's 28-6 Miners. The Miner defense was just nasty as well. Luke Lannon gets the sack, and the Arrows are backed up deep in their own territory. Fourth quarter, it's Drake to Shake times 2. This one 13 yards and a touchdown. Arrows make it 28-12, but only 5 minutes and change left. This would seal it. Miners go back to the air. Goodman to Devin Robertson for 38 yards and a touchdown pass. Lenton gets the big win against Sullivan, 35-12, the final. South Vermillion and North Vermillion squaring off in Clinton, Indiana. The Falcons take the lead when Brennan Ellis drops back, finds Nick Myers for the first of his 4 touchdown catches. What a night there. North Vermillion up 7-0. South Vermillion comes right back though. Anthony Garzolini takes it in for the quarterback sneak, and the Wildcats tie this game at 7. To the third quarter, number 20 is Anthony Nieves. Man, does he have some moves. Keeps going, eventually takes it in for a 21-yard touchdown. That ties the game at 14. Ultimately, too much Ellis. He throws for 302 yards and 4 touchdowns. Fantastic game. North Vermillion gets the big win, 42-28, the final. West Vigo looking to start 2-0 as they host Crawfordsville. They draw first blood. Dane Andrews to Xander Wilbur. Takes it in, 19 yards for the touchdown. Vikings have the lead. Later on 4th down, Andrews looking to pass the ball again. He finds Brandon Stroud for the 7-yard pass play. Vikings up 12-0. Second quarter action, Vikings building off their comfortable lead. Andrews connecting with Stroud again. West Vigo gets the big win, 45-18, the final.
Lauren Plants here, and we go to boys soccer. Franklin Central on the road at New Palestine. Franklin Central in white, hoping to go 2-2 on the year. Really helped that aspiration with 2 goals in the first 6 minutes of the contest. Usman Kamara gets the feed, goes over the top. Bryce Thompson gets a piece of it, but not enough to keep it out of the net. Flashes out to a 2-0 lead. More from Franklin Central. Lolo Paul with the free kick. He goes top shelf for the goal. They added another, led 4-0 as we headed into halftime. All flashes on this night. Liam Folds with the free kick from midfield to his brother Chris, whose header hits the post, but Connor Moulter there to put in the rebound. Franklin Central goes on to shut out New Palestine. 5-0 the final. Flashes move to 500 on the season.
Time now to take a look inside Lawrence Technological University.
Student athletes from LTU have been known to go above and beyond off the field, and this week we caught up with one of the men's soccer team captains to talk about a pretty cool opportunity he had this summer.
This past June, 12 other students and myself, all from the NAIA, all student athletes, we went to the American Red Cross headquarters in downtown Washington, D.C., and we were able to go through seminars, different meetings, go through training where we learned so much about leadership, volunteering opportunities, community impact, and most of all, the Red Cross and the impact that they have in the community and what type of services they provide. The first few days when these people started talking to us, they started showing us the impact of the Red Cross and what it does for the community. I realized this is so much more than just visiting a cool city and visiting cool people. Like, this is an opportunity to change my life and to change other people's lives.
With all of the knowledge gained from his experience and learning the benefits of donating blood, Juan is now bringing the cause to Lawrence Tech and calling upon his fellow classmates to help make a difference.
Donating blood can save up to 3 lives each person, so it's a very good cause, and so we hope to hopefully continue that impact here on campus. As of right now, October 22nd and October 23rd, my team and myself, we will be running a blood drive here on campus at the Architecture Gallery. And I know at the end of the day I'm helping someone. I have no idea who this person is, but I know at the end of the day my blood is going to go to the program, it's going to be processed, and at the end of the day it's going to really help someone out, and that's just a beautiful feeling that it's anonymous.
To learn more about Lawrence Technological University, visit ltu.edu today.
This week's State Champs show will air several more times, both on the flagship Fox Sports Midwest and Fox Sports Indiana. Just check your guide for days and show times. However, if you follow us on social media, you can consume all of our content any way you like, anytime you like. Please give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our State Champs Indiana YouTube page. All we ask is that if you like what you see, please share it. The main event is next.
I admit it, I love working with money, negotiating, and making big decisions. That's why I'm majoring in finance and economics at Lawrence Tech. What's truly amazing about the education here is the small class sizes that give me easy access to my professors who truly care about my future. They even helped me get a great internship. And I was able to fulfill my lifelong dream of playing college golf. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
Since the dawn of man, storytelling has been the most effective and engaging means of communication. Whether gathered around the warm glow of a fireplace or the family television set, a compelling story has always moved people to action. At Yellow Flag Productions, the Emmy-winning storytellers behind our television programs are now helping clients create content that emphasizes their people and passions. Let us tell your story and share it with the world.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Welcome back to State Champs. Main event time, football, the sport. Now, there's a lot of excitement at Lawrence North, and we're going to find out exactly what Class 6A's 8th-ranked team is made of over the first few weeks of the season. Next week, the heated rival, Lawrence Central. Then it's Carmel, Ben Davis, Warren Central, and then Center Grove. That is the gauntlet. This week, equally as challenging, 4A's top team, Marion. Let's see how this one turned out. Well, all right, main event time. Marion coming in, the top-ranked team in Class 4A. Lawrence North checking in at number 10 in Class 6A, looking to snap a 14-year streak without a winning season. Lawrence North would find themselves on the board first. Donovan McCulley dives in, quarterback sneak puts the Wildcats up 7-0. McCulley got things going in the air as well. Here, targeting Omar Cooper, just wouldn't go down. 23-yard score, Wildcats up 14-zip. Late in the first half, Marion knocking on the door of their first score before this wild scramble and scoop by Tresman Hall. He's going to take it all the way to the house. 70-yard score, 21-zip. Lawrence North out in front.
70 yards.
Marion would get on the board in the third thanks to the legs of Khalid Stamps. Barrels his way across the plane to tighten things up. Then on the conversion, Giants pull a trick out of their bag. The fake, and Braxton Delgade finds the end zone. Lawrence North still, though, with a 21-8 lead. LN would answer back on the ground. Keyshawn Smith finishes off this drive with a 6-yard run, 28-8 game. Wildcats weren't done. Keyshawn Smith finished with 99 yards, takes this one in from 12 yards out. Lawrence North cruises to 2-0, 35-8 victory.
Time now for the State Champs Clip of the Week. We go back to Ben Davis High for this one. Avon's Henry Hessen throwing one up for Carmelo Mitchell, who catches the ball in stride for the 44-yard reception touchdown as Avon defeated Ben Davis 41-17.
Thank you so much for watching. We've got tons more content on the State Champs Indiana Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube page. Make sure you tune into the Extra Point Show, which is all about Indiana high school football, and it drops every Wednesday on social media.
Please let us know what you want to see on the show. Just reach out on the contact page at statechampsnetwork.com. Happy Labor Day, everybody. It's time for me to finally get a victory. Boom, 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 boom. Yes! State Champs is presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare. State Champs is also working in partnership with the Indiana High School Athletic Association.